Welcome back everyone to more Valley Young Wrestling's Naughty or Nice 3, as here comes the one, and he's going to be the special guest referee in this next matchup, which I think is a little bit controversial that the one gets to referee this next matchup, but nonetheless, the one, I think he's going to get his payback though here tonight. I mean, sooner or later, one, you're going to have to face me in that last man standing matchup, and I'm not sure when that match is actually going to take place, but it will take place here tonight. And the one, he's gonna realize sooner or later that he's gonna go down and he's gonna pay a hefty price. So one, you might think that you've got everything going your way just because ADJ started off the night at 1-0. But if you think that Brutal Impact is gonna go undefeated tonight, I think you're sadly mistaken, because Brutal Impact, they've got some payback coming to them. And the one, he's going to pay for costing me a championship on a 24/7. And here comes Charade wearing that classic championship, which she defeated Dark Princess for, I think, at the last event. And Charade's going to be defending the title for the first time here. So we'll have to see how she does as classic champion. That belt used to be held by the Mad Professor, then it went to Dark Princess, and then Charade won it. And now Charade's going to be defending it. And the one better make sure he doesn't do anything foolish here, because he could get himself ejected from the ringside area, because the board is going to be watching this very, very closely. But Charade will not be out at ringside, apparently, for the matchup between myself and the one. CM Punk, though, is now a question mark. Don't know what he's trying to do hanging around the likes of Brutal Impact, but nonetheless, here comes Layla, getting her shot at the Classic Championship, and against Charade. And Charade, I do have to give Charade a little bit of credit. I didn't think she would have what it takes to beat Dark Princess, but I guess I was wrong on that account. So Brutal Impact, their second match of the night, and it's another championship match. But Brutal Impact, I'm getting sick and tired of how they always try to get all the publicity in Valley Young Wrestling, and they always try to go against Valley Dong and Claire and the board of directors. But I think tonight we'll have to see what happens between Layla and Charade. And the one being the special guest referee, though, that might not bode well for Layla at all, because the one, we know that he and Charade are in a relationship, and that Charade is his woman, and the one is very, very protective of Charade, apparently. He doesn't let very many of the competitors get near Charade. Otherwise, he attacks them because he's so very, very protective. I think a little bit overprotective of Charade at some times. And now, looks like Layla's going right after Charade. And now a cover hooks the leg, one, and no, a one count there. I think that was a little bit of a suspiciously slow count there, though, by the one. But Layla is taking it to Charade in the early goings of this contest, and maybe Charade won't be a champion for very long, as looks like Layla's got a steel chair now that she's going to introduce into this matchup, and swings it and nails Charade with that chair, and just trying to wear Charade out with a steel chair now, and Charade doesn't know what to make of this. Layla just really taking full advantage in this matchup, and going after the legs now of Charade. And, yeah, Charade, she could have made a better choice than Brutal Impact. She could have joined up with the Cunnies, or actually joined up with Valley Dong, but no, she wants to hang around Brutal Impact. But Brutal Impact, you're going to pay a price for crossing myself and Claire. And, I mean, Brutal Impact tried to break Claire's leg, for crying out loud, and now a cover, but only gets a one count. The one and Claire, though, they've had their differences for quite a while. And the one, I can't believe that he actually tried to break Claire's leg, and then he gets mad when, and Charade is now down. It looks like, a kick to the leg there. And you know what? I almost got my hands on Charade. You know, the one, Charade is just lucky that the one came out to stop that, because, you know what? I could have destroyed Charade and ended her career, and now a cover, no. But that's what happens, one. When you start issues with Claire, I'll start issues with your diva, and I'll cover 1, 2, and no, a kick out. But not just the one gets mad when Charade gets attacked, but when he attacks somebody else's woman, it's okay for him, I guess, sometimes. But nonetheless, the One and I are going to settle this in a last man standing match because this issue has come to a head. It's got to come to a head here tonight around the holiday season. It looks like Charade is taking control of this matchup now, trying to put on a good show here for the fans. But, I mean, Charade, she's had that belt only for a short time, and I think if she were to lose, she'd be the shortest reigning classic champion in Ballydung history. That belt, though, originally used to be for the male competitors, but now it's gone to being a female belt, thanks to the board of directors making that decision on changing it up because the belt hadn't been defended for so long. So the board of directors said, you know what, there needs to be a new classic champion, and they decided to change the whole division up to make things a little bit more interesting. And Charade won the belt from Dark Princess, who was the inaugural champion for the women of Ballydung Wrestling, and now that's suplex to the outside of the ring by Charade, and she's just really taking it to Layla now. And Layla, originally I think used to be a dancer, won a competition called, I think it was the Diva Search, which Layla won and became a diva, and ever since, I guess she decided to get involved in-ring action. It looks like she's dazed and confused here, and Charade came off of that announce table onto Layla, and Layla looks like she's getting a little bit of a beat down here by Charade. Charade just taking full-out control of this matchup. Now she's trying to goad Layla into coming up onto the top of that table, and a face buster there through that table, and Layla is just getting beaten down really bad. But the board of directors, they gotta probably be spending billions on new tables every few pay-per-view events, because they always get broken. Every time they set up a table, it gets broken by many of these Ballydung competitors. But nonetheless, tonight we'll have to see what happens later on in the evening, if the Mad Professor will get his title rematch or not. I haven't heard anything yet from Claire, whether it's a yes or a no, but I've been out calling commentary, so that's kind of hard to find out everything that goes on here in Ballydung Wrestling. But nonetheless, Charade is now using that steel chair, and what an underhanded move by Charade to use a steel chair to try to wear down Layla. I know that Layla was using a chair, but she had to defend herself against Charade. But Charade, you gotta be careful because she's got the one there, and looks like, sends Layla into that barricade there, but Layla is able to recover. But the one stalking, and right into the steel steps. The one is like stalking Layla here. And now Charade hits Layla with the steel steps there, and repeatedly hitting her now. And Charade now is, I guess she's done with that, but now Layla is coming back into the ring, and Charade with a spinning neck breaker there, and now goes for the cover. And a kick out there again by Layla. And now Charade with another face buster there to Layla, and now I think she's going to go for no, wait a minute. We're going to have to see this replay over and over and over again from different angles, and now a cover. And a kick out there by Layla. Layla wisely kicking out of that maneuver, and Charade again with another face buster to Layla. And now I think she ought to try to go for the cover. I think she could probably put Layla away if she goes for the cover. Hooks the leg. And a kick out again by Layla. Layla again kicking out, and the one, and Charade just can't believe it. I'm in shock too. It's off the top rope, and she takes down Layla. I thought she was going to go for that maneuver that she's been trying lately, but I guess that Charade isn't going to go for that yet. But Charade now going up top again, and wait a second. She catches Layla and's got her in a cover. Hooks the legs. 1, 2, and 3, and there was nothing Layla could do. She was caught in that maneuver. Charade hooked both of the legs of Layla and got the victory here. A surprising victory here by Charade, retaining the Classic Championship, and Brutal Impact is now 2-0 on the night. Not very happy about that, but Charade just sat down on top of Layla, hooked the legs, and retains that Classic Championship, and now she'll celebrate the big victory as the one is checking on Layla to make sure that Layla's okay. But I think that he's probably happy that Charade retains the Classic Championship, so Charade walks in the Classic Champion, and she'll leave here tonight still Classic Champion. So Brutal Impact will walk out of here with at least 2 championships on the night, but I don't think they're going to walk out with 3 because the one's going to lose his Platinum Brawling title to me tonight. I'm going to be walking out with that belt, and it'll join my Light Heavyweight Championship on the mantle this holiday